If you've ever heard of anything RC related, then you've definitely heard of Traxxas and Arrma RC cars. But out of both Traxxas and Arrma, which is the better brand and which one should you buy? Should you buy a Traxxas RC car or should you buy an Arrma RC car? Hey guys and girls, my name is Matthew Sim, and on this channel we do a range of RC videos, from crazy projects to informative videos like this one. We do it all. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But let's get on with the video. Today I'm going to be pitting the two most popular RC car brands together in head-to-head battle to see who is better and which one should you buy, Traxxas or Arrma. Traxxas and Arrma may be at the top of the RC game and have some things in common, but they're actually two different brands that focus on different types of RC cars. So what does each brand have to offer? Well, as for Traxxas, they do a lot of smaller, more beginner RC cars, such as the Slash Brushed 2-wheel drive, the Slash Brushed 4-wheel drive, or even the Slash Brushless 4-wheel drive. And they even keep the same form factor. So for instance, the Slash is the same as the Rustler, the Hoss, the Stampede, giving you more of a wide range of RC cars for both the experienced and the beginner hobbyist. Unlike Traxxas, Arrma's smaller 3S line is, well, a lot smaller, consisting mainly of their 4-wheel drive brushless 3S lineup, from the Big Rock to the Granite and the Typhon and the short course truck Senton. They also do have a couple of more beginner friendly RC cars, such as the Typhon Brushed or the Voltage. However, Traxxas on the other hand, they do have even smaller RC cars like the 1/16 scale Summit, Slash, and the E-Revo. Now, when it comes to a larger scale RC car, like a 1/8 scale RC car, Traxxas only has the Summit and the E-Revo, which are both amazing RC cars. However, on the other hand, Arrma's 1/8 scale range is significantly more complex, with RC cars like this Mojave behind me, and the Creighton, the Typhon, the Outcast, the Talion, and the Notorious RC cars. So when it comes to 1/8 scale RC cars, Arrma has just a much bigger range. Now, when it comes to 1/5 scale RC cars, Arrma has their big 1/5 scale Creighton and their big 1/5 scale Outcast, whereas the Traxxas, they only have the Traxxas X-Max. Arrma also has their lineup of EXBs. These are rolling chassis RC cars, which I'm particularly a massive fan of. That's the Mojave sitting right there. That's also an EXB. These are fully upgraded RC cars, but don't come with electronics. So they're not as beginner friendly, but more of an enthusiast like myself, or I'm sure plenty of you guys watching, that want to customize their RC car by putting in the biggest and awesomest electronics that they possibly can. Traxxas, on the other hand, unfortunately do not have a rolling chassis RC car, but what they do have are their RC crawlers and their RC boats, which Arrma just don't do any of them. And they also have, like I mentioned before, the 16th scale little RC cars, which are great for beginners, especially younger kids that want to get out there and enjoy the hobby with mum or dad. Now, if you're someone that loves to modify their RC cars and just go as fast as possible, then Arrma is definitely the way to go with their lineup of on-road RC cars. Traxxas only unfortunately have the one on-road RC car that I'm aware of, which is the X01, which is possible to do 100 miles per hour out of the box, which is just insane. However, Arrma have such a bigger range. For instance, they have the Felony, the Limitless, and the Infraction, and are just an amazing on-road platform and a lot easier to modify, as they use more of a universal mounting system for the motor, which makes for easy upgrading, with some people reaching closer to 200 miles per hour, like my mate Mike Stallone or Raz Schifrin, that I believe has just done 180 miles per hour. So if you are someone that likes more of a plug and play, easier setup, just grab it out of the box and go RC it, then Traxxas might be the way to go, as they have such a simplistic design, from their easy peak charges to their batteries and everything in between. It all links together really well to give you that easy run experience. However, if you just love modifying RC cars to their fullest potential, then maybe an Arrma is the way to go, as they do have a little bit more aftermarket modding support. Next up, I want to touch on pricing. Traxxas is known for being a little bit more of a pricier RC car, whereas Arrma is usually a little bit cheaper. However, when it comes to parts, I generally find that Traxxas actually has cheaper parts. This is due to Traxxas mainly making their RC cars out of plastic, therefore keeping the manufacturing cost a lot lower. For example, a chassis on an X-Max is something around $40, whereas one on an Arrma 8S can be upwards of $150. Now that's not to say that all Traxxas parts are cheaper, this is just my opinion and my experience that I have found when looking to replace parts. However, with Traxxas, you will of course get that initial upfront cost. For example, at least in Australia, the Traxxas / 4x4 brushless is around $720, whereas the Arrma 3S line is roughly around the $550 mark, making Traxxas a lot more expensive. However, you have to also cater in the fact that Traxxas comes with a lot more features, such as stability management, and also with Traxxas, the part support is more readily available. As a lot of stores do stock Arrma parts, I've just personally found that Traxxas seems to be more readily available. So far, Arrma is seeming to stack up to be the more durable RC car, but is this actually true? And at least in my experience, I would say yes. Now I should mention, again, this is only just my experience. However, when it comes to something like the Traxxas Max behind me or the Traxxas X Max, there's no doubt in my mind that they are the most durable RC cars out of the box, pretty much versus all RC cars. And again, that's just my experience. But Matthew, you said Arrma was more durable. And yes, I did, but these two are the exception. For example, when you compare the 3S lineup of both the Traxxas and Arrma RC cars, I find personally that the Arrma 3S lineup is a lot more durable than the Traxxas 3S lineup. Now this isn't to say that the Arrma is actually better. Durability is just one example. For instance, the Traxxas has a lot more features, like I mentioned before. You've got that stability management. You're also able to hook up a Bluetooth module within the controller to be able to talk to the phone, and then you can see all the telemetry. What about the 8 scale lineup? Which one's more durable? And as much as I love the e-Revo and the Traxxas Summit, they are amazing cars, they handle really well, and that e-Revo is blistering fast out of the box, and it just handles like a track car. It is really, really awesome. However, when it comes to durability, I will say Arrma does tick that box, at least in my experience. Now, what about the 5th scales? Which one is more durable out of the 5th scale RC cars? And without a doubt, it has to be the Traxxas X Max. When you compare it to the Kraton and the Outcast, out of the box, should I mention, the X Max is an indestructible beast, requiring only a few minor modifications such as the rear hub bearings to make it a really, really strong RC car. Where you compare it to something like the Kraton or the Outcast, they tend to have the chassis bend if you do too big of jumps. And again, the same principle stands. It doesn't mean it's better, it's just more durable. Because for instance, with the Kraton and the Outcast, you can modify these beasts heavily, and you can with the X Max as well. However, I just find there's more part support. There is so many aftermarket supporting mods that you can buy for the Arrma. From what I can tell, there just isn't as many for the Traxxas X Max. However, again, if you are looking for something that's more plug and play and just easier to use, and you don't plan on going big and spending all that money on heaps of modifications, then out of the box, then Traxxas is the way to go. But at the end of the day, you cannot go wrong with either of these beasts of RC brands, Traxxas and Arrma. Which one should you buy? And that's really going to differentiate between person to person. However, guys and girls, if money isn't the issue, then I actually highly recommend getting both, as that way you can experience the awesomeness of what is Traxxas and Arrma RC cars. And there really is no point staying loyal to just one brand, as then you just won't get to experience the both RC brands and all of its fun. For anyone that's looking to check out the Traxxas range or the Arrma range, I'm going to leave links in the description where you can have a look at all the models of RC cars that they offer. Now, which one do I prefer, Traxxas or Arrma? And I'm going to tell you that just depends on my mood. If I just want to have a bit of fun bashing around and not have to worry too much, I'm probably going to go with the Traxxas like the Max or the X Max. But if I want to do something crazy, then I'm probably going to go with the Arrma. For instance, this Mojave behind me, we're looking at trying to get it up to 150 miles per hour off-road, and that would be the world's fastest off-road RC car, which I have a series on my channel. I highly recommend you check that out, and that's why you should also subscribe, because I do awesome projects like this and make informative videos like this. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Which one do you think's better? Do you like the Traxxas RC cars better? Do you like Arrma RC cars better? Or do you love them both? Let me know in the comments why, and if I missed anything, be sure to leave that in the comments as well. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope it was informative enough. Hopefully it helped you choose which one you might want to buy. But guys, that is it, and I hopefully will see you over one of these two videos. And if you want to check out the merch store, go do that. Subscribe down below, like the video, comment, all that good stuff. I love you all, and peace out. Bye!